Teachers with Basic Arithmetics, Part 4 of the number series. Welcome back to another video. In this video, we will be looking into the integers part more than the basic arithmetic. Now, why is that? I feel that the newcomers or you have not seen or have not worked with the negative integers, I think you need a little bit more introduction into the negative integers so that you understand how it works when we put it together into basic arithmetic. In this diagram, you've got a shark, someone swimming on the surface, and a few birds flying. Now, the question is, where is the shark swimming? Now, I can reply this in two ways. First, I could say it is 100 feet below the surface of the sea. So in this sentence or in this phrase, I am actually giving you the direction which is below, and I'm also giving you the position where the shark is. Now, I can also write this by using a negative integer. So I can just simply say it is negative 100 feet. So which means in that negative 100 feet contains direction and also position. Now, how can I see direction? When you write it with a negative, with a minus sign, it means it is lower than 0. That's what it means. It means the value is lower than 0. So therefore, I know that the shark is 100 feet below 0. Yeah. So I do hope that this makes it clear to you how does a negative integer gives us position and also gives us direction. Now, negative numbers cannot be used for counting. It's counterintuitive, right? They are used more for position and direction. Now, question 2: how deep is the shark from the surface of the sea? Now, the depth of the shark is we measure from here to the position of the shark. That is 100 feet. Now, the space between 2 points is distance. That's how we measure distance. Yeah. So for distance, we do not write our answer with a negative sign. The distance is always positive. So we say it is 100 feet. Yeah, it is 100 feet. So we are measuring distance. We do not use negative values because negative values do not gives us the ability or gives us the flexibility of measuring. So when it comes to measuring, it is always positive. Yeah. Okay. Now, positive integers can be written with or without the positive sign. Okay. So let's make it clear. When you are writing a positive value, in this case 100 feet is positive, so I have the option of just writing it like this, or I can add the positive sign, but it is not necessary because it is deemed to understand if you don't write it with any sign, it is a positive value. However, if it is a negative integer, I must use the sign before the number to clearly state that this is a negative integer, right? Okay, part 4: surface of the sea. Now, surface of the sea is level 0. Now, if you look at this diagram again, the person swimming, and that is the surface of the sea, level 0. Anything higher than that are elevations, anything lower than that are depth. Now, why is the sea chosen to represent 0? For two obvious reasons. Number one, it is readily accessible. After all, the oceans or the sea covers 70% of Earth. So you can spot it easily, and you can use that as a reference to measure depth or elevation. Number two, the height of the sea, the surface of the sea, globally is kind of relatively consistent. Of course, there are some differences here and there due to certain phenomena, but they are kind of like almost the same. So for that reason, the societies, the geographical societies, the mathematical societies, people who are involved in this have decided that we use the surface of the sea as level 0, and that has been translated onto a number line. So when you read a question and the question make references to the surface of the sea, which means they want you to understand that is representing 0. Let's look at integers in relation to 0. Now, the best way to understand integers and its relation to 0 is on a number line. The number line can be a vertical number line or a horizontal number line. So let's look at a horizontal number line, and 0 is here. Now 0 is like the separator between the negative integers and the positive integers. Okay, because 0 is neither negative nor positive. Okay, it's kind of a neutral number. Now, any movement to the right from the origin or 0, we can safely say it is heading in the positive direction. The numbers that you see are all positive numbers, and the value keeps increasing. So the value keeps increasing when you are moving towards the positive direction from 0, which means to the right of 0. Yeah. Now when you move to the left of 0, from 0 you move left, you are moving in the direction of negative integers. Negative integers. Now please take note, if you are moving into the negative integers, the further you move away from 0, the smaller the value becomes. Now this is kind of confusing. Let's take this, let's look at this from an example. If let's say I borrowed $1, right, $1 from someone, and my friend borrowed $4 from that same person. Who is in more trouble? The person owing $1 or the person owing $4? Obviously the person owing $4. Now here in terms of the number, the digit is getting bigger, but the value is getting smaller. Do you understand? So when it moves in the negative direction, please make sure that you understand this very correctly. The further it moves away from 0 in the negative direction, the smaller the value becomes. And the further it moves away from 0 in the positive direction, the bigger the value becomes. Now, likewise, for the vertical number line, the principles are all the same. Here, the only thing that is different is the arrows will be moving either upwards or downwards. From 0 it goes upwards, is all positive. From 0 it goes downwards, is all negative.